Alright, so here we are today with some of the 441 matrix Synchronotron calculations here. And if you haven't seen this before, it is connected with the 260-day Zolkin cycle as well as the 13-moon calendar, which are the synchronization tools in which we as the collective in the noosphere utilize to transmit the codes of evolution to the rest of humanity via telepathy. So if you found your way here somehow, some reason, check it out. You're probably here for a reason. You're probably remembering something from the past. So let's get into it without too much explanation. Alright, so we're going to start out with the date today. The year is the 7 seed year, and the date today is rhythmic moon Kali 11. Now, Kali is one of the days of the week, and it is a sacral chakra day, and chances are you already know that. Chances are you already know that if you're here. So, I just drew the alpha symbol by accident. They're pretty much the opposite, just happens sometimes. So, today's kin, we begin a new 13-day wave spell, and this one is the wave spell of the White Wizard. So our date today is kin 14, White Magnetic Wizard on the Zolkin, thus beginning the 13-day wave spell of the Wizard, which brings us the energies of enchantment, receptivity, and timelessness. And so over here, we are going to write BMU. And basically how it works is, this here is known as the base matrix unit, this one. And essentially, you can think of it as a telephone switchboard kind of thing. So this is your interdimensional galactic switchboard that you can open any of these numbers and access information. Infinite amounts of, and there is no there's no limit to the imagination and creative potential, at least by our human brains. And so, we're going to mark BMU over here, and the base matrix units of these I'll put over here. So for the White Wizard, the archetypal BMU is 276, so we place that over there. Now, we're calculating today the total telepathic frequency, known also as the master coordinating frequency for the day. And it's made up of the time, space, and, oh my god, synchronic telepathic frequencies. TFI stands for Telepathic Frequency Index. And so we have 3 of them set up. Now another thing is for these BMUs. So this is a coordinate-based system, as you can see here, or you may not because the zoom in doesn't work enough. You've got the vertical up to 21 and the horizontals. Any of these coordinates that you access on here, you connect with the same coordinate on the other 3 grids here. This one, the time matrix, this one, the synchronic matrix, and this one, the space matrix. And they all come together to create a nice little harmony. So first we're going to find out our time telepathic frequency. So that is based on the calendar date of rhythmic moon Kali 11. You can use this table here to figure out where we are, but just very quickly, that is this space right here. And so on the base matrix unit, that would be 229. So we put a 229 here. And now we're going to find all of these for vertical 18, horizontal 6. So on the time matrix, we have, that's at 24 there. And then on the space matrix, that is a 85. And on the synchronics matrix, that's 163. So pretty basic math here. We're just doing some addition. All right, so we have 12, 17 plus 1, 272. That is our time telepathic frequency index for today. And so that one was based on the calendar date, and the next ones here are based on what our galactic signature is today, Kin 14, White Magnetic Wizard. So what we do is we look at this space matrix here, and we are going to find number 14. Now, if it might take a bit to figure it out, but we're only looking for the ones in these quadrants, and 14 is located there at vertical 8, horizontal 2. So we put in a 14 there, and just like the other ones, we are going to find the coordinates on these other matrices. So we have vertical 8, horizontal 2, that's a 62 on the synchronic matrix, and that would be a 220 on the time matrix. Okay, sound good? So we're going to add up those now. Hopefully all is in frame. So we have 296 is our space telepathic frequency today. And of course we have to locate the base matrix unit, so vertical 8, horizontal 2. It's activated by BMU 111. 37 times 3. Alright, next, last but not least, the synchronic matrix. So this one has the pattern of the Zolkin in it. And so we find the 14 here. So that is at vertical 5, horizontal 15. V5, H15. And then over here, we write that on the base matrix unit, which is 307. Now, 14, then we're going to find the other coordinates just like we did before. So, it's an 82 here on the time matrix, and on the space matrix, that is a 135. So that adds up to 231, which in vigesimal is 11.11. Wonderful number. All right, so we're just going to double check real quick. All the numbers, just like I used to do in elementary school to get really good grades on my math tests. Because I always double check my work, and I usually scored pretty high on my tests. Usually perfect. Anyways, I digress. Alright, everything seems in order. So, now that we have that, we are going to add up these three numbers together to get our master coordinating frequency for today, which is 799. All right. And now, so this number, if it were under 441, we would just simply use this number on the base matrix unit. But every number that's above 441, what you do is you subtract it from 441 until it's under 441. So that one, that would be BMU 358. Okay. And so that coordinate is vertical 350, it's right here. Vertical 13, horizontal 16. but alas, we don't have to calculate any other numbers for this one, except today's kin equivalent. So we are at kin 14 white magnetic wizard, which we can say that signature. I unify in order to enchant, attracting receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. So we're going to find the kin equivalent of 799, which by my understanding would be 19. How you find that? You subtract it from 260 till it's under 260. So the closest multiple there is 780. 799 minus 780 equals kin equivalent 19, which is the blue rhythmic storm. So right here we're going to write rhythmic house of the world changer. And that one, we find its BMU on the synchronic matrix. So I really didn't mean to put my finger right to it, but I did. Vertical 5H20. So that would be 103. Sorry. 136, I believe. Sorry. I say vertical 5, yeah. 138 on the base matrix unit. Yep. Okay, so BMU 138 there. And now, last but not least, because we are in a heptad, which is a week, 7-day week, we add up the other telepathic frequencies, or the other master coordinating frequencies of the previous few days, unless you find yourself on a Dali day, which is the start of the week. So we have here our other numbers from the other days. So beginning the week, 934 on Dali 8, 829 on Celi 9, 724 on Gamma 10. So we're going to add up those. 934 plus 829 plus 724. Assuming those are all correct, they'll give us our cumulative telepathic frequency today, which is 3286. Let's just add up that one more time. Yep, 3286. So that one. And now we find the wonderful BMU of that one, which I believe the closest multiple of 441 is 3087, which brings us that this is BMU 199. Pretty sure. Anyways. So, there we have it. Got our cumulative telepathic frequency. Now we're going to find the kin equivalent of that as well. Oh yeah, by the way, here's kin equivalent 19, blue rhythmic storm. I organize in order to catalyze, balancing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my own power doubled. Here, our kin equivalent. So, once again, we just subtract 260 until it's under 260. So this one is, I believe, 166 is our kin equivalent there. can equivalent 166, which is the planetary house of the World Bridger, the Hierophant. Like, the World Bridger is the Hierophant archetype. It's just, the seal is the World Bridger, the archetype is the World Bridger. And then, here's that signature. I perfect in order to equalize, producing opportunity. I seal the store of death with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. And we'll find that BMU on the synchronic matrix, so it's right over there, vertical 13, horizontal 6, which that would be BMU 334. Yep. Okay. And now, lastly but not least, we convert the BMUs into tones. And now there are many more of these BMUs that are activated today, but for the purpose of this, we are just focusing on the 441 matrix Synchronotron calculations via these. Even though the other calculations are inherently connected to these, we could keep on going for like an hour. So I'm just not, okay? But we're going to find the musical notes associated to these. And so they go by multiples of 8 pretty much. So if you know the multiples of 8, it works pretty good. So 315, that would be, so 312 is do, and then 313 is do, re, mi. So that's mi. 276, that would be fa. 229, that would be 224 sol. 111, that would be a C. 307, I believe that is a mi. 358, that would be a la. 138, that would be a re. 199, C, right? Or no. Yeah. C. And then we have 334, which would be, it's like 320, then 328. So 334 minus 328 is 6. So that's a la. So maybe if I'm not tone deaf today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these BMUs that are within my mind, within the planetary consciousness known as the noosphere as well as the galactic core, and the sun, and any other logos in between here and then. So we're going to open these BMUs. Then we can meditate. All right, wind, chill out. right. All right, and there we have it for today. And, we could go in and calculate these, just for fun. Let's see what the vigesimal numbers of these are, okay? Vigesimal is the 20 count number system, so 272 is 13.12, 296 is 14.16, 231 is 11.11, 799 is 1.19.19, and 3286 is 8.4.6. All right, so that's pretty cool, I'd say. 799 is 1.19.19, and it's kin equivalent 19. Pretty cool. Anyways, in Lakesh, one love on this Kali 11 Sacral Chakra Day. One love.